Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to share with you idea or episode 2 of the premise of this little series is to show you things that you can learn on YouTube, just from blog posts, or maybe you are lucky enough to be able to ask your grandmother or your mother some of the things that maybe they forgot to pass down to you. And today, something I wanted to talk about is sewing. And sewing is something that I didn't learn until I was probably 10 or 11 years old. I always had a little needle and thread, and I was always toying around with the idea, but not until I was 10 or 11 did I really learn proper stitches and how to use a sewing machine. And luckily my mom taught me how to use a sewing machine. Sewing is something I really like to do. I'm not very good. I'm not perfect at sewing yet, but I am still learning. I bought my sewing machine when I was 14 years old, which was 5 years ago? Wow. So I saved up enough money to buy it on my own, and since then I have dabbled in different sewing projects, mostly centered around trying to make my own clothes. And the reason for this is because I've always been really frugal, and I didn't want to spend a ton of money on these clothes, like skirts that were literally one square of fabric with an elastic waistband, or dresses that I could easily recreate. So I have not made that many clothes, but I will put in some clips of me modeling some of the clothes that I've made this year. If there's any patterns that I got off the internet, I will provide those in the description below. So I just wanted to show you, just a couple of ideas of what you could start out sewing. Sewing is a really useful skill. Seriously, even if you're a man, just knowing how to repair a hole in your jeans, or how to darn a hole in a t-shirt, stuff like that is really useful and will help you keep the longevity of your clothing, and also get you out of the consumerist cycle. So I'm going to show you a few of my projects, and I'm also going to show you what type of sewing machine I have. So this is the sewing machine that I use, and as you can tell, I'm working on a ton of projects. There's always thread and fabric scraps like everywhere. So, and also I just have a huge mess of art supplies behind it, but this is the Brother Project 1 Runway Edition, and I honestly can't tell you why I opted to get this one. I wish I would have gotten something a little bit more sturdy, because just the motor in this is a little bit weak. And also this portion doesn't open, and this is something that's really helpful. Most sewing machines open like outwards like this, so that you can get at I don't know what it's called, this little thread device inside of here, your tension maybe. But I think that I liked all the different types of stitches that it had to offer, but I later learned that, okay, these stitches are really neat. It does do hearts and cute little leaves and stuff like that, but these stitches require so much thread. I found myself replacing the bobbin thread like every 5 inches, so they're not really realistic as far as thread goes, but I have done some cute little details with those stitches, so I think that's what, and maybe the fact that it has a computer on here, that's what attracted me to this sewing machine all of 5 years ago. Big tip: purchasing patterns from the thrift store, 1, they're cheap, and 2, you can find really cute vintage ones, and 3, they're almost always already cut out. All right, on to the fashion show. This is a cute little striped skirt that I made. I love pockets on everything. obviously. I kind of suck at putting together outfits, so spare me. I'm trying. I will link the pattern to the skirt down below. This is a little jumper that I made. I love the big buttons on it, but I will say it's been in my closet for a very long time and it has obtained some wrinkles, which I did not take the time to iron out. Sorry. This is my favorite sweater. Here we go. Boop. I started creating this applique of a buffalo, which is one of my favorite animals, when I was probably 13, and I found it crumpled up in a bag of fabric, and I finally sewed it onto a sweater this year, and I have worn it a few times since. It's awesome. This is what I call my Amish dress because the pattern looks so cute and 70s, but it's just not our time period, clearly. So the only way it looks absolutely adorable is with a turtleneck on. So maybe I'll wear it this winter. This is my favorite project I've ever made. It is a tote bag that I made from a pair of old overalls. And I did wash the overalls multiple times, but those stains will not come out. Kind of gives it character, I think. So it's just a nice slouchy bag, perfect for keeping knitting stuff in because knitting needles always poke through other bags. Doesn't poke through this stuff though. Clearly I'm not like a fashion blogger. Thanks for watching this video. I hope I provided enough information. I don't really have any direction or script when I am doing these things, and maybe I should, but we'll see. Yeah. Have a great day.